How's everybody doing on a Wednesday afternoon? Let's talk some leather. It's a good day to work on leather. If we can't work on it, it's a good day to talk about working on leather. I hope everybody's doing good. Y'all, we're going to have to dodge some bullets today. So first off, HOA says we got to get our house painted, and I somewhat agree. We need some trim work. But anyway, so the guys doing the trim work were supposed to be here yesterday, which meant no problem. They're here today because it rained all day yesterday. So I don't know if we're going to hear the saws all going all during the live or not. And also, I got a head cold from hell. Holy crap. I haven't been sick literally since December of 2019. And I know once something gets me, it's going to be bad because my immunity, I don't know what's happened to it in 4.5 years. Really? And the spam calls. All of a sudden in the last week and a half, I'm getting 5 and 6 a day. Anyway, so I've got a pile of tissues there. And are we not just at our grossest point when we got a head cold? And I know it's not COVID because it won't go away. It's been here 10 days today. Oh, with the added fun benefit of a stomach ache. Woohoo. Anyway, so between the guys and the cold, I don't care. We're going to talk some leather today. Got some good stuff to talk about. Now, we're going to start talking a little bit to the costume folks. But if you're not into the costume thing, just humor us for a little bit because Atlanta Fair starts this weekend. I don't know if we're going to make it or not. I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was, I don't know when it was going to start. So got the armor out, and Shane, we'll talk on patterns about this. But I pulled my armor out and I thought, oh crap, this is going to need a lot of work before it's ready to go to a renfair. So a little dusting involved, I would say, first off. But we're going to talk a little bit about that. But also, we've got some good stuff for all of us today. And I hope it's interesting. I always hope it's interesting. But let y'all make the call. Also today, giveaway day. We've got a good one. The boss, great boss. Love my boss. She's okayed us to go. Yeah, I guess that's right. She's okayed us to go a little bit more on the budget. So we've got something really good coming through. I've got a good one here, one that I've been wanting to do a giveaway on. I think we've done this one in the past, but it was for some big day. It was some big event that we had the giveaway for. Anyway, at 3:15, we'll talk about that. We've got a code word to enter the contest, and I know I've just been in an absolute. I've done two things in the last 10 days. Work and bitch about being sick. I'm just over it. And nothing helps. Several people say, hey, is it COVID? No, COVID goes away. This isn't going away. Right here. Oh, man. And you ever have a head cold and go to sneeze and you can't get to the tissue fast enough? Even the cats look at me now and go, right? Anyway, all right. So we got some cool stuff to talk about. Got an email from a viewer. It's got a great question for us. One we'll talk a little bit about, but I just stacked the stuff up to talk about because I have this fear that we're going to hear crickets, right? Yeah. So anyway, and I'm already behind on the comments. So let's jump over here for a little bit. Dean, first one in my shop today. Dean, you are always welcome. Glad to see your name pop up. And everybody, Eric, good to see your name pop up. Let's see, I've missed some lives, been in a slump craft-wise. I hate to hear that. It happens. Going strong again now. All right, there we go. All right, I already feel better, Eric, but glad to see your name pop up. Carrie, always with us. Love to see your name. Let's see, who else is with us? Man, I've already gotten so behind over there. I am no one. All right, glad to see your name pop up. I'm early. Hallelujah. Come on in anytime that you got a minute. And Taylor Miller, good question. What's everyone got on the crafting table today? I have stuff, but I can't talk about it because it's Weaver. I know. We got to watch that competition. They'll jump in front of us there. But anyway, we'll talk. I got some good videos coming out, I hope. And they all sound like I'm talking like this. I've got 2 videos now that, anyway. So we're just going to power through this and have a good time with it nonetheless, because I think when I'm sick, just not feeling well, the one thing I always feel like I can do is work, just, you know what, go to the shop and work on something. It always seems to make me feel a little bit better. I hope y'all feel the same way. Let's see. All right, Carrie. Oh man, I don't have any leather. Ah, we got to take care of that. One day when I have funds, I can get into leather. Unless Chuck can send me a birthday gift for leather. Turning 52 on Saturday. Carrie, I don't have enough time to send you something. Um, but we need to discuss that. We should discuss that. But also 802 days, no coffee, no caffeine. Hallelujah, man. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Um, Good discipline there. Discipline I do not have. Lane from England. Hope you're doing all right. Hello, right back to London. Lane, good to see your name. Let's see. Let's work through some of this. Y'all, I might have to go pause and sneeze or whatever. Sorry about that. And the guys outside, I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't think we need much trim work on this corner of the house, but I'm always wrong. Yeah, the carpenter bees. I don't know if everybody has these things. Ain't no damn carpenter about it. They can just wreck your deck and your trim. Um, but our house not bad, just a couple of pieces here and there. Thank goodness for that. Uh, let's see. All right, Taylor. Let's see. I just finished up a watch travel pouch for a friend of mine in our watch group. Infinite possibilities with leather. I could not say it better myself. You're unlimited. Absolutely. I don't know if anyone can make all the things we make out of leather because there's another great comment here. Carrie, I want to come back to that. But let me see if I can find it. Yeah, okay, Dean. Let's see. I would truly like to try deerskin gloves. Don't know where to start. Dean, I don't either. I Gloves are a specialty, much like saddles or upholstery or boot and shoe. I don't know that I could do a good job on those. Excuse me. Sorry. That might be common through the next hour, but I made a pair of like welding gloves. They were kind of more gauntlets for the costume stuff. I don't actually know whatever happened to them. They weren't great. I mean, this was really in the beginning, but gloves are just really it's tough to make them look good. The people that do it really know what they're doing, like the driving gloves, and oh man, they're beautiful. Even the deerskin work gloves. I've got deerskin work gloves in my camp box. No better glove out there. There really is no better glove. I love them. Man, I don't know if I can be of help on that one. I don't even know if I can make a good pair of, like, say, welding gloves, and those are big, and I wouldn't say rough, but, they're very utility project. I'd like to try it, but again, it's kind of that motivation. I don't have a place to use them, and like I said, that's a lot of the motivation for leathercraft is what do we want, right? What do we want that we can't afford, or maybe we like it, but we want it a little bit different, change it up, different colors. Anyway, um, I just don't know if I'm going to be any help on gloves, but maybe there's somebody out there that knows what they're doing that can put a video together. But nonetheless, deerskin gloves, no kidding. Those would be beautiful. I love our deer tan cow. I've got some deerskin here. It's almost more like a designer deerskin. It's got a heavy grain, like a heavy mission grain, and it's probably like a 4.5, maybe even a 5.6. I've just been saving it forever for just the right. And I made something out of it, and I can't remember what it is now. Yeah, welcome to Chuck Land. I'm the mayor. Anyway, so let's see. Scott Robinson. Excuse me. I just signed up for your Saturday class at the retail store. Can't wait to meet you. Excuse me. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to be in Ohio, not next week, but the following week, and then that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I should have wrote the dates down. Yeah, it's too organized for me. It's just, out there in the future. Anyway, I'll be teaching some classes, so very cool. Glad to see that. Nice. I look forward to meeting you. Um, let's see. Patricia Cleghorn is with us. Very cool. Oh, I've had some home construction going on for the last month. House full of dust. No kidding. Oh, no, wait a minute. Back up because was sick at the same time. Really looking forward to getting back in the shop. Patricia, hope you can kick out whatever you've got. I probably know 9 people that have this thing right now, spreading like wildfire. Wildfire. I think this is just my opinion. But I think during COVID, we did all the distancing and we kind of stayed home. And so I think, well, maybe it helped with COVID, maybe not. We don't know. But I do think with the head colds, it kind of eradicated those, right? Because they spread so fast. I kind of think they were eradicated at least a little bit. Oh man, they are back with a vengeance. And I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen because all of us, our immunities are probably down from sticking close and all that. So I don't know. Patricia, I hope you feel better. And eventually on this end, me and Jill, bless her heart, she's got it too. And we're just both ill as a damn hornet, just unhappy about it. So hoping it's going to go away eventually, hopefully before the summer. So let's see. Um, Casher 77. Good afternoon from Northern Illinois. Glad you're joining us. Come on in. Make yourself at home. You are amongst some very good people. And again, for anybody that's new, please come on in. Like I said, you're amongst good people here. Very friendly crowd of folks. Improving lives. Is your website able to send products to Mexico? Absolutely. Absolutely. Shipping's gotten a little nuts lately. I'm sure we can. I could give you a better answer on that, but I'm a little detached from the mothership. I'm in Georgia. They're up in Ohio. I can't imagine why not, but just email them. In fact, I've got an email here. It's supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. Send them an email. They'll be able to answer every question. All the folks in customer service at Weaver, they're some great people. They really are very friendly and very happy to help, which is it's gotten rare lately. But not with Weaver. We're there to help. We love the leather too. So give us an email, send us an email, and they can answer all your questions. But the second part of that, thanks for the live, is amazing. Bless your heart for saying that. That really does mean more than you know. It really does. And thanks for being here. I hope it's worth your time. Let's see. Patricia Mayo and Jesse watching from Connecticut, USA. Us Weaver Leather and Tools are the best ever. Well, thank you for saying that. I have to agree. But nonetheless, glad you're with us. Y'all come on in and make yourself at home. Good to have you with us. And same for everybody new. Again, I hope it's worth your time. We've got some fun stuff to talk about. So most of it's more for the costume folks because Ren Fair is coming up. In fact, Atlanta Ren Fair starts this coming weekend. I had no idea. Not paying attention to anything around me. I don't know if we're going to make it or not. Gotta go. And then I'm in Ohio for the next 2 weekends. So it may be mid-fair before we can even get down there. No, gotta go to the Ren Fair. And even if you're not into the costume, and go to a Ren Fair, they're a lot of fun. It's a good family event. Lots of food and ale and beautiful crafts because most all of them jury all their vendors. And they don't get in unless they've got quality. I think handmade. I think everything there is handmade. So you're actually juried before you can buy a booth at one of these. So you're going to see some really great crafts, very creative crafts, well thought out, and some fun people. I mean, the Ren Fair people are a blast. They really are. Go for a day. I just, you know what? If you're going on my advice and you don't enjoy it, call me. Send us an email and I will apologize formally. How about that? But I think you'll have a good time. Let's see. Patrick. Well, first off, Patrick, glad you're with us, but thanks for a good question. Any recommendations for upgrading from my 12-ounce maul? Stamping is a bit light with the 12. I tend to like a 2-ounce, a 2-pound. That's not too much, and it's not too little. The ones, I like the ones. They're easy to hold in our hands. Oh, it's giveaway time. It is. All right, let's get anyway, but before I like a 2-pound, maybe a 1.5 to 2 pounds somewhere in there. That seems to me to be perfect because with too much weight, I mean, we're just really slamming that stamp into the leather, but also it just really starts to wear out our arm over time. The 2-pound doesn't seem to do that with me. Maybe even back down to a 1.5, but I'd say try the 2. I think you'll be very, very happy with that one. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Um, we also have, and I don't put this in many videos, but it's the first mallet I ever bought. It's a weighted mallet. The one I like to use, the rawhide, I think it's an 11 ounce. I'd have to look. I'm forgetting all these things. I just pick it up and use it. I don't know what it is, right? Yeah. Ooh, good sentiment for. Anyway, um, we've got a weighted handle. It's got a green handle on it, or at least the bottom half of the handle is green. That's like I don't know, it's like a 24 ounce or maybe more. It might be a more, might be a more, ooh, good English, right? It may be more than that, but if you're not really big on a maul and you want to go with more of a mallet, but you need some good weight to it, look for our rawhide mallet. It's got the bottom half of the handle is green. That's wow, Chuck, you really know your products well. Yeah, okay. Anyway, green handle. That'll help. That'll get you there. Uh let's see. Let's see, Azrael. There we go. Hey, it's good to see your name pop up. Unfortunately, a lot of rent bears seem to be overrun with cheap, mass-produced crap of the type you find cheap Amazon similar rather than the really good stuff in a um yes, on that one I do agree. Because there are fairs out there that don't jury. But if you get to a quality fair, now, I can't typically make either of these. The Houston Ren Fair, the Texas Ren Fair, Scarborough Fair, which is up in Waxahachie, Texas. I can speak from experience on those. And then I think in Minnesota, Houston, TLF and Minnesota are the granddaddies. Houston, it would take you 2 days to see everything there. The the bigger, more professional Ren fairs draw the more professional vendors and food vendors and beer vendors and craft people. So I might say look for one of those. But yes, I do agree. Sometimes some of the crap works into our sacred Ren fairs, right? Yeah, I have to agree on that one. Um, but yeah, look for the larger Ren fairs. And I'm not knocking the smaller ones by any means. They're fun. Maybe not as much walking, like from the parking lot. Texas Ren Fair, don't hold me to this, but the rows for cars, I have no idea. I think each row can hold, I don't know, 500 cars. There's 35 of those. 35 rows. Yeah. Anyway, oh, the architecture. Anyway, the big ones have the best of everything. Absolutely. I just love the Houston Fair because that's where I grew up. That's the first fair I went to. Anyway, y'all, if you get a chance, go to Ren Fair. You'll have a great time. How about that? So, all right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, Taylor Miller chiming in. I use my 1 pound for everything. Nice. I do like the 1 pound. It just sits in my hand very nicely. In fact, speaking of, I just happened to see this. This is the mall that I bought when I first got into business. It used to be round. Was a rawhide. Look at that thing. The handle even split. So I've got a clamp on one end. That's tape because I got a clamp on the other end and it was sharp. So I put tape on it. But look at that baby. That's a 3 pound. Which a 3 pound really for me, I rarely ever use that. The very few times I use like the 2 inch oblong or the 2 inch English point or round end where you really got to have some lump behind it. That's about the only time I use a 3 pound. And in all honesty, my 2 pound will take care of those just with a couple extra hits. And the 3 pound is a little squirrely on us too, especially with a round head. That can be, boy, you can crack a knuckle with that badly. So we really got to pay attention. So the 3 pound, probably the least used. 1 pound second, 1.5 to 2. That's my primary maul. In fact, there's probably one behind me over here, and then there's one over on in my weaver shop. But a good question always. And Azrael, thanks for chiming in. Absolutely, it's a good point. Taylor also, Jim Jenkins is with us. Nice. Wakanda, cool. Billy Blaze. Billy Blaze, I hope you're doing all right. I saw a comment earlier that you're going to make I think you said a hat band with one of the conchos that came. We did a giveaway some time back. where I just sent a box of hardware. We gave away just a box of hardware from my shop, whatever I've got extra of. Billy Blaze won that. So that's what he's talking about. So, oh crap, I forgot. Okay. We've met. Not really a surprise. All right, the giveaway. The giveaway. We are going to give away something I've been wanting. A roll of duct tape. See, at Weaver, we're thinking about you because there's like 15 ways we can use this in our shop alone. Not the duct tape. Right here, the top of the line Weaver Rotary Punch. These are kind of expensive. And in all honesty, if I didn't work for Weaver, I don't know if I would have one of these. But this is what we're giving away. And the code word to win, just type in Rotary. Now, when we pick a winner at 3:45, we'll give you all the info there. You're simply going to send your name, address, and phone to an email. We'll get you covered. But right here, product of the week as well, because you can't do better than this. I've been in leather a long time, and very rare. No, I won't even say very rarely. One time in all my years in leathercraft, I've seen a replaceable anvil. It's the most important thing, because no matter how much we spend on our rotary or revolving, for the new folks, same thing. Once that anvil goes, it's shot. It doesn't matter how expensive your tubes are. I'll get it out. Yeah. Oh, you should see me trying to shoot a video over the last 2 weeks. Oh, so replaceable tubes, replaceable anvil, and you can even replace that spring. This is not just a lifetime tool. This will be around in 2424, and people will be going, oh, hey, can I use that? Yeah. So anyway, we're giving one of these away, and the word is Rotary. So just comment Rotary. We'll pick a winner, and you'll get one of these free. And how cool is that? How can we get these spam calls to blow back up on them? I am so tired. I get like 5 or 6 a day now. Didn't get a single one for about 6 months, and now I get 4 or 5 or 6 a day. Y'all mind if we work? If we like do our job? But anyway, okay. So great giveaway this time. You even get little Allen wrench comes with it. Yeah, great tubes on this too. Good high quality tubes. And they're even numbered. It's like 3.5 millimeter, 4 millimeter, which is a nice touch. Because I never, like in our videos, because there's so many revolving punches out there, I'll just say, okay, let's go up to maybe the 3rd tube or the 4th tube. With this one, we can nail it. Absolutely. So replaceable everything, gonna last generations. All right. So I have not talked about a single thing on our script today. Okay, well, let's do this because I'm just ready. Okay. So, renfairs. Now, again, for those of us who aren't into the period stuff, just humor us for a little bit because we got to talk about this because this is a very interesting to us. So, on the armor, I've got 3 suits behind me, 3 of my 5. I got 5 in my shop. Yeah, can't quit making these things. Yeah, actually, I have quit making these because that's a bunch of work. The one over here. Yeah, there we go. I know everything's reversed. That's the most recent one I made. 32 tool pieces, but one. Okay, let's start here before we go into all that. Because if you're going to make a suit of armor, if you're into the historical or costume stuff, you can't go wrong. You can. Takes a little bit to come up to speed. I'm going to sell my patterns here eventually. Eventually, at some point, I am going to flood the market with everything I know how to make in pattern packs. I'm not kidding. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. But if you want to try your hand at a suit of armor, it's not just a project. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So with our main suit of armor, so we're going to have the breastplate or the cuirass. That's the main body. Then on our shoulders, pauldrons. Then we're going to need arm guards. Our leggings. The upper legging is called the chouse, and the lower legging is called the greaves. Or I think it's considered chouse if it's all just one piece. I like to break mine up simply so we have more room to bend down and we don't bind behind our knee. Okay, so the main suit is cuirass, pauldrons, chouse, greaves, and arm guards. Okay, so we got that. Well, now what can we add on to this? Okay, the next level, counters. Counters go right here. Those actually guard the armpits. Vestiges. Counters and Bescues. No, I think I've got that reversed. I used to know every name for these, and now I'm forgetting it. Anyway, counters go on our arm. That protects our elbow. Bescues protect our armpits. I got to go back over this. War belts. And I noticed all my armor's got 2 belts because to me, the most period look is a wide lower belt, sword belt, and then a thinner upper belt, pouch belt. In a lot of the pictures I see of the old plates from the actual portraits and paintings from that time, it's a 2-belt thing, and it looks so period to me. So I do 2 belts on everything. All right, so war belts, we're still going. Tassets and timelets, feet, and these little things right there, right, that kind of protect between the cuirass and the chouse. And then manders. Manders are the flanges. You can see the flanges on top of the pauldrons. I always add those because to me, one of my inspirations, well, the 2 inspirations for me were Excalibur, right? The Terry Brooks film. Oh man, and Conan, the first Conan. Because I like a mix between historical and fantasy. I like somewhere in the middle, opens us up to more creativity. Um, but in Excalibur, they had the old school armor, big, bulky, heavy. I love that. And they had the big manders on it. That to me looks so very armor like. So, all right, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Okay. So now we kind of got the basic suit going. Now it's like a 65 Mustang. We can add anything to this. Baldricks and or back hangers. Okay. And I've got actually right here, there's a sword with a back hanger on it. And that's the best way ever to carry a sword. Hands down on your back, out of your way. Now, is that historically accurate? Well, if one person carried their sword on their back in 1400 or in 2000 years, yeah, it's historically accurate, but it looks so good. It kind of pins your cloak to the back of your armor and that handle sticking up. Oh, that looks so good. So anyway, back hanger or baldric. Next up, pouches. Gotta have pouches on our belt, 3 or 4 at least. Okay, cloak. In fact, I think both of these have a cloak on them. Cloak made to match the armor. But then this guy behind me, this was my first cloak. This has got to be 30 years old. But again, just all the old rabbit skin, right? Just a big piece of leather, rabbit skin. And that's actually hand sewn on there. That thing is still going. I can still wear that to any renfair leather goods. They just go forever. Okay, so cloaks, drinking horn. In fact, can we see a drinking horns? Yeah, because we can do the bands on those. So the one over there, I don't know where it is. It's the black and turquoise one. Anyway, made that horn to match the armor. Mug straps. We're still going, right? We're still helmets. Either a helm, headbands, crowns, maybe a helmet with a plume, and there's all kinds of helmet possibilities. How about a choker? A really cool choker, maybe with some spikes on it. Um, um, Gorget. Gorget. So a gorget, we've seen these. It's a metal piece that covers, and then it's got the throat on it. I've got one here somewhere. I don't put them with my armor because they're a little uncomfortable, but boy, do they look good. Anyway, so choker, let's see. How about a favor from Our Lady or Lord? I don't know where mine is. It's supposed to be on my armor from my wife. It might be under the cloak. But anyway, a favor. And last up, how about scabbard, sword, dagger, axe ring, warhammer? Speaking of, we did a video on this one. So we did that scabbard to match the black and turquoise armor. Oh, I am matching absolutely. Right? So, like I said, a suit of armor isn't one project. It's like 18 projects, and they're a blast. In fact, on this armor, there we go. Everything on that armor is from Weaver. It's a 13 to 15 ounce natural veg. It's a Herman Oak veg because Herman Oak over the Sheen, the Herman Oak is a little bit stiffer than the Shaheen leather. I love the Shaheen. I love both of them. I cannot pick a better one I like better. But anyway, that's the Herman Oak, and then I cut it, tooled it, baked it, and then dyed and painted. The big one though, right behind me. This one was a pain in the butt because not, I mean, worth every bit of it, but it's 26 tooled pieces. So I took a 4 to 5, tooled it with the morning glory pattern, cut through the background, dropped in a piece of suede behind that, and then a piece of Herman oak saddle skirting behind that. So I baked the Herman oak, then dropped in the suede, then dropped in the tooled 4 to 5 ounce. And I think it's 26 pieces. So that one took a lot of time, and it's beautiful, but it was a panic situation because I made that for the Sheridan, the debut, the leather debut, 2018, 19 maybe, and I got it finished, and I used my the Pro Oil walnut, and I used a Sadillac top coat, and it was just beautiful. Love the Sadillac. But about 2 weeks before I needed to ship it up there, I don't know what I was doing. I can't remember, but I may have brushed it. Some of the top coat flaked off. I had used an old bottle of Sadillac. Be careful of that. But I mean, when I say old, this could have been years old bottle because I've got 4 or 5 on my shelf. Oh crap. Panic time. So I mean, I took the whole thing apart, stripped all the top coat off of it, got it back to a very raw walnut, and loved it. It looked so good without just a very flat walnut, no top coat on it. So it actually came out good. But in hindsight, I wish I'd gone with different colors because it's with the walnut and then a forest green suede behind that, it doesn't really pop. Well, actually, it looks pretty damn good because it does look very period. I don't want it to pop, right? Anyway, okay, so that's enough. That's all the fun stuff you can do with a suit of armor. It's not just one project. It's about 25 projects, and you love every step. Absolutely every step. Okay, so let's see. I'm so far behind over here. Oh, and I'm just trying my best not to sneeze because we don't want to see that. Yeah, even the cats look at me like, right. Okay, so anyway, um, oh, yeah, okay. Sandy Masquith. Sandy, good to see your name pop up. Just noticed that Weaver sells a Prince Armory Warrior helmet kit. Authentic enough. Absolutely. That's beautiful. I think it's based. I'm not even going to go because I need to look at it. I haven't. I didn't do the video on that one, so I'm not totally familiar with it. But yeah, that's going to look good. That is going to look good. Absolutely. And again, that's why I'm not such a stickler on the historical accuracy. We can do it absolutely, but if we draw that a little bit more towards the fantasy side, now sky is the limit. I mean, it absolutely is. We could go so many ways and it looks so good. My suits are based on a 12th century German suit of armor. Loosely, I mean, when you see I've got a book here. We've talked about it, but it's plates. Each page is a plate of historical drawings, paintings, portraits from the 12th, 11th, 12th, 13th century, give or take. And I mean, it's got everything from peasant clothing to guns, all the horse accoutrement, war belts, frogs, baldricks. Anyway, and it's got them broken out. So anyway, if you saw this suit, went, ooh, that's exactly what these are based on. And it's a cool drawing because it's a knight walking along and he's kind of pointing. It's a cool. Anyway, so these are based on a 12th century suit of armor, but then that's the end of it. From there, it's all fantasy. So again, the perfect combination of Excalibur, the movie, and Conan, the movie. I love those two when they combine. Unlimited possibilities for creativity when you kind of leave the feeling of got to be historically accurate. Not slamming that because the folks that are love to see them because I just wish I could spend a day in 12th century anywhere, right? Probably not a good idea for us. I've heard you could smell Paris from 60 miles away. I think if we walked through Paris, we'd probably die just from the smell. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Sandy, Marilyn Renfair. Uh, oh, it's August and September. Yeah, I've always wanted to do Maryland. I hear it's a very well done Ren Fair. Same with Denver. Same with Denver. Um, but anyway, yeah, look around you because you can find some really good Ren Fairs, and you'll stumble into things. When you're at the Ren Fair in Houston, they've got a big track and a big lake in the middle. We used to skinny dip in that lake when we worked there in college. Anyway, don't tell anybody that. Right? Yeah. Um, they had the real jousters there. Blew my mind. I mean, I've seen the jousting at Ren fairs where they're broomsticks and watermelons, blah, blah, save your breath. This was the real thing, and it was amazing. I wish I could see a real joust from the 1300s. Oh, man. Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry I told you humorous for a little bit if you're not into the costume stuff. And that's all we've done is talk about the costume stuff. I hope though it is at least very interesting. Um oh, Inglesman, Finland. Have you ever looked at the Wallace collection of armor? Man. Oh, don't get me started. Yes. And yes. And I've got to go to Germany for a week and we've got to visit two castles. And it was like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I've not been to England, Scotland, Ireland, or Spain. And I just want to hit Spain, oddly enough, was a big center point of the Middle Ages. The castles, El Cid, the armor, they it kind of gets a little Spain kind of gets a little bit forgotten. They were prime time. They absolutely were. So, yes and no, only not in person. I've seen very little in person. Um, okay, King's Yard. Y'all, thank you everybody for being here. Please forgive me if I don't see your name or I don't give you a shout out. We typically have a chat rate of between 10 and 24. So that's like it's like 1,200 comments in the hour. And I'm sorry I can't. I mean, I'm not just apologize. Genuinely, I'm sorry that I can't read and give a shout out to everybody that puts a comment in here. Y'all, I'm sorry about that. But King Bjorn, hey Chuck, looking to get into leatherworking. That's what popped out. Let's see, been watching a lot of your videos. Good. But I question, would a kit from say Amazon with tools for carving sewing should be nah, don't let me trash Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff from them. No, go to Weaver. Yeah. As an example, only because there's a lot of crap out there. We bought a set online, a set of tools. It's your basic six, right? It's got your swivel and your camo and your shaders. I could actually bend those tools with my hand. They were crap. So go to a legitimate source if you're looking to get good tools. Weaver, count on us for good tools, liquids, and leathers. We've got two levels of stamping tools. We got the cheaper one. They're like $7. They work. My rack is full of them. Yeah, we can't see my rack. I've got two racks. I don't know. I got like 500 tools. I don't know how many. I'm like a tool magnet. I never bought any, one or two, because I always got to buy a Barry King when I'm in Wyoming. That's just, I got to buy one of Barry's tools. Anyway, no, I would say go with Weaver, of course. Yeah, because we've got good everything. And you're right up to people in service. So you can, if you're getting started and a lot of us don't have, the big budget, especially with the way our economy has been for 3 years. It's tight here. Um, you're going to get an inferior tool. They're not bad, but I would prefer you started with a quality tool that then you know what you've got, right? And you work your way up from there as opposed to like in the beginning, I had cheap tools and they worked, they worked, but somewhere along the way, I was at a retail store and I saw a tool that was like at that time $20, which was a little expensive. But I mean, you could just look at it. The knurling, the finish, the design, the crispness of the lines on the design. I would call us. Call us. Yeah, just call us. That's the best thing you can do. But King Fjord, excellent question. And let me say this. I say this a lot. So sorry if you've heard this before, but like with that question, great question. But how many people are going to get the benefit of King Fjord just taking the time to put in a good question? So now maybe 30 people just went, good question, good answer. Let's all go in the right direction. And leather is the same way. I like to, when I teach classes, I typically use single shoulders. They're good leather. At Weaver, we've got some beautiful single shoulders, but they're not Shaheen. They're not Herman Oak by any means. And we've actually done a video comparing the two. And I myself was a little bit surprised when I put the two together. Well, I typically go because it's a class, let's get a feel for it. But one of the other teachers that I've talked to said they always go with the top of the line leather, even for the beginner's class, simply so that the beginner can get a feel for the good quality. Lot to be said for that. Lot to be said for that. I'm a little on the fence on that. Maybe I would introduce that in an intermediate class, or tooling class, where it's really going to make a big difference. So, again, thanks for the question. You never know how many people a simple question are going to help out. And with me, I think I've heard older people say, "Oh, I've forgotten more than you've learned." I kind of feel that way because I think I've forgotten more than I've learned. I really do. Like on the armor, right? All the pieces and parts. I used to know every term. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm starting to forget all that. Swords. I could name every sword I ever saw. Now I struggle with that. Anyway, neither here nor there, but just a point. Let's see. Are you kidding me? Billy Blaze, good one. I made a leather circle cutter from a piece of exhaust pipe and a grinder to bevel a cutting edge on it. No kidding. Billy, that's a cool idea because the tool cutting round holes, they're pretty affordable up till you get to a point where you're like half an inch, 3/4, 1, 2 inch, 4 inch. I don't know how much that's going to cost, but if you can make one out of a piece of round stock, oh man, that is a way to go. Good point. Good point, Billy. Thank you. Um, let's see. Okay, JR time. Cheap tools is a good start, but you get what you pay for. That's probably where I was going with that mile-long rant. I have a stitch awl that has one tine that is angled from one end of the tine to the other. JR. Okay, count like our chisels, because I know this one. I can tell you this one from experience. Um, there's another company out there. I'm not going to name because I love them, but their chisels suck. I mean, they've changed them, but when I was there, um, the four tine, one tine would always bend out. Well, first off, the thing's shot. Well, you can break that tine off. Now you got a three tine. Okay, another tine go bend out now. Okay, so I had like four one-tine tools that started as either four or six tine. At Weaver, not going to have that problem. And I can prove it. I've been using the same set of chisels through every video for 10 years. And you can see them, but they're not nearby. I wish I could grab one. They're all the way over there. No, they're all the way over here. That's the problem with having two shops. I've actually worked the chrome finish off one of them. I think the two-tine is now back to base metal, which is probably, I think they're probably zinc base, I think. Anyway, I've never bent a tine on those tools ever. And it's giveaway time. Okay. You can stop now. Okay, there we go. All right, so giveaway time. Oh boy. All right. So again, we're giving away the best rotary and or revolving, same thing, punch ever. that I've ever come across. Our big winner is Mark Randall. Congratulations. I wish I had the little tune on my phone. Congratulations, Mark Randall. We will have that on its way. All right, Mark, here's what you need to do. Let me jump over here. Email us at supplyinfo@weaverleather.com and send your name, address, and it's not terribly necessary to have your phone number, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. So name, address, and phone number to supplyinfo@weaverleather.com. Congratulations. You've got a revolving punch. It's going to last longer than we will, but it's the best one going. And I think you're going to love it. Absolutely. All right. So, Mark, congratulations on that. And y'all, everybody, thanks for pitching in on that and joining in and jumping in. Sorry. I know I'm just a snot bag. Sorry. I actually want to do 2 giveaways today. I kind of kicked that around last time. Like, a really nice revolving punch. And then I was thinking something like a big scrap box or big, but then I thought, well, doesn't that suck, right? Woo. First place winner gets this beautiful rotary punch. Second place winner gets a box of scraps. Hey, I thought we were friends. So I did do that. But next time, on our next live, since the clock is flying here, on our next live, I'll do a giveaway. And we'll either do a good big box of scrap. And I don't have production shop scrap. I have good scraps. Probably not scraps. Maybe not even called remnants. These might just be called panels, right? Because I've got some nice big pieces. Or like we did with the last time that Billy won, maybe a box of hardware. Because I got hardware coming out of my ears and all kinds of things. So one or the other, we'll do that next time. We'll do a giveaway that next time. So, okay. So we've still got a little bit of time left. Let's do this because we've got some Oh, and let me mention this too. And I should have said this, and I hope I didn't screw up. And if I did, I'll pay for it. But typically, our giveaways have to be contiguous US simply because of shipping. I didn't say that this time. All right. So anyway, I may be paying for the shipping on this one. But also, too, a good point. Anybody that's disappointed that it wasn't the duct tape, right? That it would just email us. I'll send you a roll. And I'll send you a pretty roll too. Like, they've got all kinds. I've got like 6 or 8 colors because I mark like my lighting on the set. I mark my lighting, which bulbs in it, and I mark all my stamp tools depending on which. Sometimes organization strikes me, and sometimes it just smacks me in the back of the head. So about half my tools are marked. But anyway, if you're disappointed that we didn't do a duct tape, well, how about a leopard print? Yeah, boom, chicka, mow, mow, right? Or red or green or yellow. Anyway, just a joke. But if you really are disappointed that we didn't give away duct tape, we'll take care of you. We're Weaver. We'll take care of you. Okay. So let's see. Excuse me. Y'all, excuse me for a second. This is getting ridiculous. Oh, I hope I hit mute. I didn't think would that be gross? I gotta say, we are the grossest when we have a head cold. Oh man. King Jordan. My biggest issue, and I can certainly understand this, is living in a small village in Germany. It costs a lot to go somewhere local. So I was thinking online, yeah, absolutely. You've got an absolute point there. And when we were in Germany, I got to go to Munich and we snaked through a bunch of these little beautiful German villages. Went up to the Zugspitze. I think that's right. Oh man, Schweinsachsen. I have yet to have that again. And it was, I think, the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. Oh, and the pretzels. Like here in the U.S., Mexican food restaurants, we've got them on every corner, and they're delicious. You always have a basket of chips and salsa, right? Well, in Germany, you've got pretzels and this mustard I've never found in the U.S. ever. It's like a sweet mustard, like a stone ground sweet mustard. I've tried and tried. I've never found that. Man, I love being in Germany. The people and the food and the history and the culture and the countryside. I just can't say enough. But King Fjord, I understand the issue. I certainly do. Um, I hate to say go with something just off Amazon because you really don't know what you're going to get. Ah, I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer on that one. I really don't, because I order a lot of stuff and about half of it's wrong. I really frustrating. I just miss the retail experience. I, you go in, you see it, you pick it up, you talk to somebody that works there that knows about it, that uses it, or right, and you leave with exactly what you were hoping for. It's a crapshoot when you order online. It really is, and I hate that. But oh, if somebody's got a good answer for King's Yard, please drop that in. Please drop that in. Uh, oh no, my okay, Mr. Free G Man. Two of my four sheaths were fails. So that's a lot of wasted money if your leather is the high-end stuff. And that, you make a good point. You're exactly right. And on another note, and this is funny, but our bellies, if you're not familiar with a belly, for the folks that are new, a half of a cow is called a side. Okay. Well, the piece along the bottom is the belly. Well, that makes sense. It's not the prime piece of leather. So the tannery will strip that off for, like, say, the belt makers that need that creates a bend or a double bend. Um, so the belt makers have more somewhat of a rectangular piece of leather to work with, less waste. All right. Well, the belly is now a very inexpensive piece of leather, but it's got the same tannage as everything else. Um, it's not the best piece of leather, but if you buy one from Weaver, we've got some beautiful bellies. Here's where I'm going with this. They probably cost half a tank of gas 4 years ago. Now they cost about a third of a tank of gas, right? Anyway, um, here's my point. If you get a less expensive piece of leather, we're not freaked out by the fact that and I do this, I swear I praise it, I just talk against it, but I do it. I don't want to cut into this leather because I'm going to screw it up and I'm going to lose all that money. Man, that is the worst possible thought we can have. Dive in. Okay, here, anyway, the belly, I don't have that feeling. We can dive in. If we make a mistake, oh, who cares? Let's try again. We're not wasting a lot of leather. So actually, that's an excellent point. Thank you for bringing that up. Good point. Good point. Um, let's see, Taylor Miller. What's the email address to contact you? You can simply email me at the same email address. And for some reason, I have a mental block on this. I don't know why. I can't keep this in my mind. Supply info at weaverleather.com, or you can just go to the website. Any email on there, and they'll direct that over to me. Absolutely. So please feel free to email. Absolutely. Um, oh man, I have a story. Oh, thanks for putting this one in there. Let's see. Can never have enough duct tape. Careful what you wish for, Chuck. That's exactly. No, you cannot. In fact, I almost want to do a video on how many ways we can use duct tape in our shop. I just finished one that'll be up, I think, either probably next Friday or maybe the following. That's just one of those tools we never thought about. And I even didn't even think it was worth making a video on. I'm like, oh, that's ridiculous content. And then I figured out that I'm always looking for these things. So, but much along those same lines, got a good video coming out similar to that. But in the back of my mind, I have thought about a video on duct tape and all the ways we can use that in our shop. Extremely helpful tool. Absolutely. So good one on that one. Thank you for bringing that one up. Uh, Oh, let's see, Patricia. Okay, I do have a label maker now. Ooh, big time. I retired the duct tape. That's very nice. That's a good one. Um, oh, it's Andrew Dunn. Oh, looks like we've got a comment, a response here from Weaver. I'm making a satchel that needs rivets, what side burr rivets would you suggest? Um, you're talking about the coppers. I don't use a lot of those, and there's multiple sizes there. I'd have to see. I'd have to see the satchel before I made a call on that because um, I don't use a lot of the copper rivets and burrs. They're great rivets. Absolutely. I mean, the sound that's a rivet that's never going to come out. There's copper rivets and burrs from the early 1800s that are still going. Yeah. Number 12. Don't take my advice on that. Don't take my advice on that because I can't remember. They're much like wire with a gauge. It's opposite of what you would think it is. So I might say a 12, but don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. But I'm hoping Weaver got a good answer to you. And anybody else that wants to toss out a good answer, please feel free to. The copper rivets and burrs, not my strong point. I don't use them very often. So I'm a little, don't have exact information on that one. And I don't want to give out bad info on that. Let's see. God, 356, we're already there. All right, let's do this because we got to do notes from the boss because I need to keep my job. All right, so notes from the boss. We've got the in-store anniversary sale May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's at our retail store in Ohio. Come on out. I'm going to go up. I'll be up a little bit early, but I'll be teaching classes Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'll be in the store kind of in the morning, maybe through midday and then afternoons. And then Saturday, I'll have a class, maybe about 2 hours, but we're open till like about 12:30. I think we're open till 12:30 on Saturday. So y'all come on, we got food trucks coming in. It's going to be a good time. I'm not totally up on everything that's being planned. Again, I'm kind of detached from the whole mothership thing there. But I know they're putting some thought into it, and they're going to do a good job with this. They always do, but it's a good time if you're able to get there. It's a good time to come mix and mingle with other leather crafters, which for us leather crafters, that's kind of rare. We're kind of lone wolves. Um, so if you get a chance to come up, love to see you. Love to meet y'all if it's possible. And y'all over in the across the pond, I fully understand not being able to make that because I would, if there wasn't a big pond between us, I would have been on that side of the pond a lot more and a long time ago. Oh man, it's just money, right? It's just money. Um, so anyway, I am no one. Well, it's raining again. That's my same here, kind of same here. But we kind of got through this with the head cold and the trim guy. So yay! We still didn't cover everything. Oh, let's do this. All right, so we got notes from the boss. Because this is funny. I've been doing a little shop cleaning. This will put a smile on our face at the end of the day. I hope so. So anyway, this is a great book, and this is I can tell I tell this because this is free. We're no royalties here, right? All right. Anyway, so famous last words and tombstone humor. So we got to look at a couple of these because all right, we're going to start with from Tombstone, Arizona. We've probably seen this, but it's a classic. Here lies Lester Moore. Now, this is on a tombstone. Here lies Lester Moore, 4 slugs from a 44, no less, no more. No less, LES. Okay. How about, oh, here's a good one from Cripple Creek, Colorado. He called Bill Smith a liar. I guess you don't do that, do you? Oh, let's see. Okay, here lies the body of our Anna, done to death by a banana. It wasn't the fruit that laid her low, but the skin of the thing that made her go. Poor Anna. All right, let's see. We got one more here. I just thought these would be funny. Um, okay, this is from Eastwell, Kent, England. Fear God, keep the commandments, and don't attempt to climb a tree, for that's what caused the death of me. Oh, even in death, we can be humorous. Uh, Grim death took me without warning. I was well at night and dead in the morning. So, all right, one more. Let's see. Nope, I guess not. That was just a note. All right, so hopefully some of those will put a smile on our face. Even when we leave this beautiful world, we can do it with a smile. So, all right, let's see. I think that's everything. 3:59. I can't believe we actually got this wrapped up by that. Wow. I am not a big one on organization, but it seemed to come together today and we dodged all the bullets. All right. Y'all, I hope it's been interesting. I hope it's been fun and I hope it's been worth your while. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Um, we'll find something good to give away. We'll do a giveaway next time. And that one, that's going to be on me. So it'll be something from my shop, hopefully something you can use. And I always, at the end of these, let me mention this because I'm gonna leave this open for just a minute or two. If you wanted me to see something that I didn't see, again, I apologize because I can just see the comments flying by and it just kills me that I can't stop and read each one. I'm going to leave this open for a minute. If there's something in there you wanted me to say, you could always email us again at that email or an email on the website. Please feel free to email us. Oh, Crystal Hennington. Oh, Christy Short. Oh, bless your heart. Eventually it's got to leave, but thank you for that. Striker. Oh, good to see everybody. Oh man, Englishman, Finland. Nice. Unlike Mr. Moore, who did not dodge the 44. Very cool. I hope those were fun. But if they were, we'll do a couple more next time because it's a whole book on famous people's last words and tombstone humor. And I mean, there's some real good ones in there. Anyway, y'all, thank you for the sentiments. Yeah, eventually this is going to go away. I hope so. But next time we'll get together. I hope I can make it worth your while. I hope it will be interesting. I hope today was interesting. Got some good videos coming out. I hope those work for everybody. But y'all, and I just see them going by. Y'all, thank you for making this what it is. Absolutely. It is the highlight of my 2 week period. 2 highlights in my month. Yay. All right. Y'all, it's an absolute pleasure to spend this time with y'all. Everybody have a good evening, a good second half of your week, a good weekend. Hope you got something good on your work table. And again, what a pleasure to spend this time with y'all. Thanks for every bit of this. All right. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, y'all.